3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thanks. Alright, so we start the game where we are in Gomez's room. And he's sleeping. And he doesn't have the FEZ. Because actually there's G's. Oh wow, nice glitch. I don't have the sky. That's interesting.
Oh, nice.
Whatever. So yeah, Giza, which is the kind of chief of the village, he's sending us a letter, telling me to go and see him, and I'm going to go very quickly. And you will be able to see one of the first trick of the game, which is corner kicks. So if I can do it right. Hello. Okay, I did it, so maybe you can explain what happens.
Okay, so basically a corner kick is a newly found strat, which basically you have a corner while jumping, and as soon as you grab the corner, you have to turn the direction into the other direction. You release the stick and jump, and this is all pretty tight. It's not basically frame perfect, but it's pretty close to frame perfect.
Yeah, that's it.
We also try to do that whenever possible, because this is a speedrun.
Yep. So right now, maybe you can hear me, maybe you cannot, I don't know. I'm mashing very fast because you can skip text boxes very fast in this game, pretty much every 2 frames. So yeah, I'm mashing as fast as I can.
I really like the dark sky. Yeah, but the stream is kind of dying.
Well, I hope it's not on my side because I don't have any lost frames. And here is the FEZ that is falling down from the sky. But can you tell if it comes from me or not? Because really,
yeah, the stream PT is dropping frames.
We're dropping frames.
Oh, okay.
So it's not you.
So yeah, meanwhile, the game crashed. Or not. That's actually a fake crash. And we are back into the start, but this time we will have the FEZ. Now more text to mash.
Yeah, so basically if you want to get the code by yourself, just look into your Steve achievements. Yep. It's there.
And what I will do is falling down and die right here. Because actually it will open the door since I already have a queue that I just gathered. I don't have to wait for the animation of the door to open when I will have to reach it. And meanwhile, I get 1 key in this room plus the second anti-cube.
And we're kind of down again.
Oh, come on.
That's kind of sad. Okay, it seems to be up again.
Alright, so meanwhile I got another anti-cube, that's all. Pretty much anything that happened. And I left the village also. I'm going
So
to
to get-
discover the world.
Yeah, to get back to the ender cubes, if you guys forgot already. So basically, you have different codes which you can get by puzzles, and most of the times you just have to left, right, left trigger, right trigger, move the world around, and that's how you get the ender cube.
Yep. But some other controller code is a bit more complex.
Yes, they even go up to, I think, 16 presses.
The biggest one is pretty long, yeah, I don't know exactly. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, yeah, 16. Presses.
So also these little golden cubes you see, cubes can also spawn in cube bits, which you have to collect 8 to get one big golden cube.
Alright, so now we're going to the second trick of the game, which is teleport jumps. Do you think you can explain that?
Teleport jumps, yeah, so, okay, how do I say this? So, basically, the world always checks if you are in front of something, and if you turn your camera, it wants Gomez to be pushed behind, I think? Behind that angle.
Like
So, you can jump from one side to the other side by switching your camera like this, and it's pretty damn fun. Also pretty damn fast.
Yeah, it saves a lot of time in many places.
But what you also have to take in consideration, you have to be not in front of the outermost tile. So you have to be inside of something.
Yeah, you have to be between two walls pretty much. So this will be a bit more obvious soon, because there's one room where I will do lots of them. And it will get pretty obvious right here. So already in this room I'm going to do it several times after I do this this puzzle room. So that's another way to get anti-cubes actually. It's solving these little puzzles. I'm going to do 2 of them. So this is the first one. We kind of glitch it a bit because it's faster. And here's the anti-cube. Now, RNG please. Yes, I didn't get black holes.
Nice. These black holes are really immense on the run.
Yeah.
So also what black holes are some randomized I don't want you to progress kind of element in the game.
Yeah.
As soon as you touch the black hole, you are just going to die, and you have to restart on another tile. Which is not nice in a speedrun.
Yeah, and there are 2 places where it's really annoying. It's really making you losing time. You get black holes, and there's a few other places. There's a few other places where you don't care at all, and there's a few other places like you just have to be careful.
Let's just hope we don't see any black holes.
Oh come on, I didn't jump high enough.
No.
Stuff like that can happen. Alright, so this is the room where I will do a lot of TP jumps. So as you can see, every time I'm between 2 walls and I'm jumping, and while in midair I switch direction. Oh, snap. And it teleports me to the side of the building, and I can go somewhere else. And now, more glitch that is pretty cool. I was about to die, but since I opened the door as I was touching the floor, the door animation is made before the dying animation, and I don't die from the fall. And now I'm going to use 2 controller codes to open 2 doors in this room. Oh. Alright. Now we're pretty fine. More corner
Oh
kicks.
yes, is the
Hopefully.
waterfall fixed in this version?
Yes, it's much easier to do the waterfall code.
Okay, nice. So basically, the way you were to obtain these codes is by the same room has multiple puzzles, which will only explain, not explain, show up at night, and the other one is a Tetris puzzle, which you will be introduced later on.
Yeah, you have to decipher it to be able to understand the control code. So there are a few languages, like there's like 2 languages in the game that you have to decipher. And it will give you either information about the lore of the game or control codes. And now I'm going to focus because it's a pretty damn room.
Want some serious time, or should I explain?
That's a bad start, so I think you have time to explain. I'm not even sure I can.
Okay.
It's terrible.
So basically, what this room is all about, this is the Cyan music room. As you can see, it spawns on a set rhythm. The platform disappear, they appear all in the rhythm, and we have some kind of serial cycle, which was also found kind of recently. You have to get everything basically perfect in order to get one platform at the very top. In the set cycle. Yeah, I just thought when I saw that.
Yeah, but since
yes,
I kind of screwed up the beginning, it wasn't even worth trying. I was already too late.
Yeah, so basically you see these very slow appearing platforms. We want to skip these, but unfortunately we can't this time. But it's really hard.
So FEZ, yeah, I saw that question in the chat. FEZ started earlier because we were ahead of schedule, so we just started earlier than expected. All right. So now keep moving. Right now it's a place like it's kind of chill. There's pretty much nothing to explain. It's just grabbing some stuff and visiting the places with optimized movement. So if there's any donation, you can go for it. And if there's none, then I... So yeah, maybe I can talk about invisible platforms. So that's what I just did. It's not a bug or something. It's totally standard. You can get some maps. I will get a map later to show you. Show you what a map is. And these maps can get they can have some different information on them, either control codes or. Most of the maps will show you places where there are invisible platforms to jump on. And it allows me to get an anti-cube there. But now in this room, at the end of the room, there's a cycle. I'll try to get the first cycle possible. With the help of corner kicks, if I can do any. Okay, that's 2. Should be fine. That should be fine.
Yeah, corner kicks are pretty difficult.
Yeah, even if you know how to do it well, there's a pretty high chance that you will fail some of them. But it went fine, I got the first cycles.
So I think it's also worth mentioning that the maps themselves don't really tell you what or where to go. They just give you a silhouette of what the map looks like and where the platforms could be.
Yeah. So now we move on to the forest, and you will probably hear me typing some stuff on my keyboard. Because actually the keyboard is fully functional as I play with my controller as well. And it's much faster to do some of the codes with the keyboard. At least for me. So... why bother? And now I'm going to try something. Hopefully I will get it. Right now I have 16 cubes, and Dot, which is the small thing that accompanies us, is supposed to tell me something. But I will try to buffer the message, and nope, failed. If I managed to pass the door, I would have buffered the message and it wouldn't appear at all. So that would have been a very small time save. Oh. Okay. For some reason I got lost and I felt it. So basically every time you see this kind of monolith with a square in the middle, there's an anti-cube to get. And I fell. Great. And here's a chest that is containing a map. So here's the map. This particular map, it has a QR code on it, and this QR code, you just have to scan it and it will give you an anti-cube. But to get this anti-cube, you need to get the map. So that's why we get it.
So yeah, this is one of the instances where the game takes you back into real life.
Yep.
Kind of.
There's also a very, very, very hard code to decipher. You know, I didn't get any black hole yet.
That's pretty interesting. I mean, that's also pretty rare.
It will happen, don't worry. So while there was the animation of the cube gets, I typed another controller code that gives me this anti-cube right here. And now I can get to the village. Oh, now the...
Yeah, the picnic is already done.
Thanks, Philfish. Hello? Okay, I will do it in another room. That's fine, I forgot to do the QR map code. So I know where I can do it. I just have to remember.
The lighthouse?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to remind you.
No, actually not the lighthouse, the
interior.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the classroom that can work too. Oh, black holes, finally. So now you can see them.
You might want to jump into one.
And that was the longest code that I did perfectly. And quite fast too. Like, it's very long, but it's not that hard to do, so... So now in this next room, pretty good in optimization here. There's these spinning things that you need to obviously spin. And... oh, I'm missing all the corner kicks. And every time you spin them, it will give you more time to grab the vines and climb the wall. But we have some good strats to optimize the number of times that you have to turn and to minimize them. And I'm at the top. Oh, okay, I will go slowly. I almost made a pretty dramatic fall.
Down the telescope room?
Yep.
Oh, that'd be not good.
Alright. In this room there are two codes that are pretty hard to get, honestly. But we only need the first one because the second one is for an extra quest that is completely useless in any percent.
Yeah, so he's talking about the hard cubes, in case anybody wants to know.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so basically the hard cubes are another type of cube, which can mostly be obtained and are supposed to be obtained through programming, I think, looking into the code. Isn't that what it is?
No, it's not. It's just a very hard. Very
Oh
hard
yeah,
puzzles.
I mistook that. I forgot. Yeah. So basically, these are even harder puzzles, which want you to decipher things partially. And in this very case, on the telescope room, I think you have to look into the sky and decipher some binary code.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So basically, an even harder puzzle.
Alright, so now I have to do a little bit of backtracking to get back to the next place where I can get a lot of cubes at once. Which is the lighthouse. It has some pretty cool strats. Perfect. The jump is pretty scary, but actually you can grab the vines and it's perfectly safe. And now back to keyboard to make one code pretty. Oh, come on. That's the second time in a row that I fail it because I try to go too fast. Pretty much that's what happens in but losing a lot more time because you failed stuff and you have to restart. That's also the kind of problem with many speed games, but it's really relevant here. So right here, I will jump, get the cube bits, and before touching the ground, switching side, that helps me to get in a better place faster. Yep, same thing, I grab a platform, I go down, and I'm directly there. There's a cube bit that I will get here. Perfect. And now let's try to go for the early cycle in this room. Hopefully I can do it. Nice. So if you grab this, if you climb this ladder fast enough, you can get the first cycle. It's not that easy, but it's not that hard either. If you get the good timing, it's really not that hard.
It's pretty awkward though if you don't hit it.
Yeah. And you have to wait, so that's what is bad.
Yeah. It's a pretty big time loss. Also, don't forget the QR code.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
I exactly know where I can do it, so it's fine.
Okay.
So here more strats, there's some other spinning things, but we won't spin anything. Instead, we can just kinda teleport to the next ladder. And now more invisible platforms. Obviously I know where they are, and it conducts me to one of the latest anti-cubes. Because I didn't get the QR map yet, there's 2 more anti-cubes that I will get. And now there's this pretty handy teleporting door that gets me back to the hub. And from the hub I can go to this place where I will get first the QR map anti-cube that I forgot, and then the last anti-cube, which is in a room that we call the classroom.
Which technically is also a bit outdated.
It's kind of back in the route now.
Oh, okay.
And
I thought
there's
Quantum was
2 routes that are faster or slower depending on each one's computer.
Oh, right. No,
But I prefer to do the classroom. That's just my preference. Right, so now we just need to get 1 cube bit, and then we can go to the end of the game.
Yeah, so basically we have almost collected 32 cubes, which opens up the door to the last room.
Yep.
And technically there are more cubes in the game still, but we don't need these.
Yeah, there's a total of 64 cubes in the game, but we only need 32. Right now I have 31 cubes and 7 cube bits, and here's the last cube bit. And now I have 32 cubes, and I will just turn around like this, and there's the 32 cubes door. And now we get this portal, and we have to wait, so while we wait, I will go swimming. Because swimming is fun.
It's also getting really loud soon.
And the advantage is that I can go swimming as far as I want. And I just press LT and I'm back. There. Alright, time for Torres Kappa. No, I don't think it will happen, but there's one strat that I managed to do this morning. Actually, right now the fastest strat that we thought was possible was to turn once at the end of the room to reach a door that is spinning around. But this morning I managed to make this room without turning even once. I will try to reproduce it, but there's a very low chance because it's like almost frame perfect.
You can do it, come on.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. If anything goes wrong, I can tell that it won't happen. But yeah, as you can see, everything is slow in this room because there's a lower gravity, so turning around is
Slow.
slow. All the animations are slow. Jumping is slow. Everything is slow. Okay, it won't happen.
Ah.
Oh yeah. The corner grabbing animation is the slowest of them also. You need to avoid it like everything. And it happened twice. Yeah, I'm way too late. But I will get one turn knuckles. That's still fine.
That's still pretty good.
And it should be around 29 flat, maybe 29.10, something like that. So yeah. The end of the run is in like 1 minute. There's this cutscene, then I have to do one small thing, and it's the end, so you can get ready on the timer.
29 is still a pretty good time.
Yeah. Currently the, well, officious world record is 28:03. This morning I did 28:19, so I'm getting pretty close to it. But it's not official because this is still a beta release. So since we happen to have this release right now, we can work on it. But we don't have official leaderboards for this version yet. Long story short. So yeah, now the game crashed again. Well, fake crashed again. We're back to Gomez's room. And this time... Wait. Time. And that is the end.
29:01.
Yep, that's the time I have as well. My timer. So yeah, that's pretty good, honestly. That's what I did pretty much lately. Except this morning because I was running offline, so my loading times were way faster. And I saved like 30 seconds without too much effort.
That's why we use in-game time.
That's why we want to use in-game time. So if you're looking forward to the version 1.12 in Speedrun game, it's going to be better. Because we will probably have an official in-game indicator, which will remove loading times, so everyone will have the same time method, not caring about loading times, so this is going to be fair. And
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
we're
go ahead.
good. Apart from
Okay,
the
thank you.
picnics.
Many picnics.
We're having some major issues here.